It looks like there's an update with regard to remember that girl, I forget her name, that was stealing liquor and she was pregnant. She came out and she didn't want to listen. She was stealing at a Kroger's or something like that. And then the policeman came up and I don't know, I don't forget if they SHOT'd her or if they ran her over with the car. Either way, she on up out of here. Excuse me. And everybody said, oh my God, you should have done that. That's too excessive. Just let her steal. Because you already know the criminals get all the rights.
Verdict comes out that either proves that the officer acted in a justifiable manner or an unjustifiable manner. 2 years ago, a woman by the name of Takaya Young ended up not being on this earth anymore at the hands of a police officer.
Well, protesters marched through the short north tonight in honor of Takaya Young. Good evening, and thanks for joining us at 11, everybody. I'm Yolanda Harris. Andrew is off tonight. This protest comes hours after Blendon Township Police released the body camera video showing Takaya Young, a pregnant mother, being shot and killed by police in a Kroger parking lot. And that's where we find 10 TV's Richard Solomon tonight. Richard, what do these protesters want?
Well, Yolanda, their answer is simple. They want the raw and edited version of that body camera video. And that is also something that Takaya's family has been pushing for ever since that shooting happened here in this Kroger parking lot. And speaking of this Kroger, at the front entrance, there are water cases blocking the door and a sign that reads they are temporarily closed. Demonstrators say they are fighting for justice for both mother and child.
Oh, this must have been the YouTube. This must have been the footage from when this first happened.
It's the several seconds of this Blendon Township body camera video that has so many people enraged.
What do we want? Justice! When do we want it? Now!
Hours after the body camera video showing the shooting death of pregnant 21-year-old Takaya Young was released, demonstrators marched through the short north because of what they saw.
It's also just another reminder of, like, every time that something like this happens, every time we're plagued with violence in the city, it's a reminder that our solutions are not actually.
Child, where was y'all at in Chicago for that mother that was beat up by them gremlins? Bueller, anybody seen the NAACP, Black Lives Matter, National Urban League, child, whatever other organizations they are? Anybody seen them yet, Bueller? Has anyone seen them yet, Bueller? I know the rapper came through, and I guess the community. Not Brandon, though. Brandon said something, but I ain't see Brandon going down there. Did y'all see that? Oh, only because it's the police. He was white and she was black. Even though she was stealing. Forget all that. She knew she was pregnant. Why is it everybody else supposed to know their situation? They always like, oh, everybody always stealing from Walmart. Always, but I'm pregnant. What child? That's what you probably should have been stealing. You knew you was pregnant. How are we supposed to know you're pregnant? Not me, but you know what I'm saying. Now the whole world's supposed to know your fucked up situation. That's how you get that ugly ass, dumb ass holiday celebration from Joe Biden, because everybody's supposed to be equal. And y'all and me is supposed to equally allow these motherfuckers to come and steal from us and steal from wherever they want to. We ain't supposed to say shit. That's what they were saying. Now you come in here and there's somebody that's giving out rules. All they want to do is focus on racist. Donald Trump is racist. No, he's saying it's time for y'all to shut the fuck up and take care of yourselves. Nobody want to hear that. He a racist. All right, cool.
Leading to anything better or more safe.
More than a week after the incident, Blendon Township Police released the video showing two officers flag down Young because an employee said she was stealing liquor. A few moments pass and Young starts to turn the wheel, pulling away from officers. Then,
Get out of the car.
FOP Vice President Brian Steele says the officer who shot Young has not yet been interviewed by BCI.
Outside looking in, based on my training experience, from what I saw in that video, I believe it was, I understand why it could be justified, but again, I don't make that decision. Ultimately, a grand jury's gonna make that decision.
But for them, it's simply not enough. What they want is real change. So no mother, no child, no family dies by the hand of law enforcement again.
And when that story was gaining traction, you had people speed running to the end because information coming out those same few days and weeks and months since didn't really matter to any of them. What mattered is the skin color on skin color. White cop versus black woman, with the added note that this was a pregnant black woman. The most disrespected group.
Disproportionately affected.
In American history. So you can understand that some people were willing to speed run that. And when it comes to speed running with information, it's important that you understand, even though I've beaten it into you again and again and again, it needs to be remembered that people are willing to ignore any real context as to how we got to the ending because the beginning and the middle make them look bad.
I'm responding to this comment because I'm tired of seeing it. So I'm going to read the comment and then I'm going to break down why the comment is a bunch of BS. And
It says, she stole from the grocery store, parked in handicap, and pressed the gas pedal while a police officer was in front of the car.
And of course, it's always the people who don't have a face to the name that is making comments like this. But I've seen this comment at least, I would say 15 times since this story has came out. So for starters, they said she stole from the grocery store. There is no evidence of her stealing anything. So
You do see her taking the shit out of the basket and putting it in her own bag. But you know, the 92% know everything, child. And yes, I'm putting it on y'all because it's always y'all that won't shut the fuck up. Even though this is 2 years ago. What happened to the grandmothers that used to say, if you weren't there, then you didn't do it? You're a product of the people that you hang around. You don't take things that don't belong to you. I guess that don't matter now in 2020. When was that? 2023, 2024, 2025. And as we go into 2026, facts don't matter. If he white and she black, then that's it. That's all. Because the police are enemy, public enemy number one. And then when y'all want to call them though, and they don't show up, then all of a sudden that's racist. They come and they do something and it don't go the way you want, then that's racist. I can't imagine how we got here, child. I can't imagine how we got here. Prince Revolver, appreciate you. He said, notice how it's liberals snow people at the front of these movements. Liberals, nothing to lose, everything to gain, and then just follow right behind them and lose every single time, just like we will see as far as this Cyber Monday and this whole holiday weekend is concerned.
This just goes to show that y'all are so quick to believe negative commentary about Black women.
These pregnant Black women to come.
It's about you believing negative commentary about Black women. Yeah. Can't imagine why people are sitting around here talking about Black fatigue when all you want to do is say Black women, and all of a sudden somebody's supposed to run away. You see that people ain't running away from that shit no more, but y'all gonna continue to use it. That's why Beavis or Butthead is over there still saying that shit. Y'all ain't saying shit to her to this day. Y'all ain't saying shit. I'm not talking about Fatty's team because they were part of the melee that started that, right? I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about any of the other motherfuckers that always got something to say that ain't got shit to say to her, but your black asses be over here in my fucking comment section. Kiss my ass. Go over there to that white woman and say something to her. And all them racist people up in them comments. Until you do that, kiss my ass. And even if you do it, you can still kiss my ass because I don't give a fuck. She shouldn't have been stealing. She shouldn't have been in there. She knew she was pregnant. She knew she wasn't supposed to do it because we all know that we're not supposed to take shit that don't belong to us. And these bitches sound just as stupid as that that mother that said, not my baby. Who sat up there and broke into that man's house. I know he got a criminal record, but he ain't never done that before. He said, partner, let me upgrade you. That's what he was doing.
Young was shot and killed because they thought she stole some liquor.
They took a 21-year-old pregnant Black woman from this earth for allegedly stealing. And to the CEO of Kroger and your employees, you should be disappointed. Shame on you too. You're a multi-million-dollar company with overpriced groceries calling the police on a woman over liquor. I'm more than sure you weren't taking any loss. You already underpay your employees.
All right, let's talk about it. And I'm not here to change your mind because you seem like one of those types that's just pro-police no matter what they do. So let's talk about the facts. Let's take emotion out, okay? Let's take the facts out, which is what the police are.
Let me be the first to tell you, I call the police because motherfuckers, I pay taxes for that shit, so I'm calling them. And if you do, and I've said it before, I don't give a fuck. That's what they're there for. If you look like you don't belong here, I'm calling the fucking police. I don't have time for bullshit. I don't give a fuck who it is. I know who lives around here and I know who don't. I know who look like they up to something and who not. If you ain't up to nothing, this shouldn't be a problem. You're not supposed to come through here and knock on doors trying to sell shit. People do it. I'm calling. I don't care. There's a sign that tells you ain't no fucking soliciting and you not gonna follow the fucking rules. Why do Americans think that they don't have to follow rules until it's them and then somebody didn't follow the rules and then they want to sue somebody, send somebody to jail, but something else happens in a way that they don't like, they can absolve it. They can always just absolve it. So if I talk about it, then I'm the white supremacist. And white the fuck supremacist is what the fuck I'm going to be. Because, child, what we not going to do is sit around here and fall into somebody's bullshit. I don't give a fuck what color they are. I don't play those games. Because, child, I know y'all don't give a fuck about me. So as I always say, I don't know why y'all think we supposed to give a fuck about y'all. She shouldn't have been in there stealing. She knew she was pregnant. She knew Kroger was expensive. So if you ain't had no fucking money, you shouldn't have went there. I'm assuming that food stamps don't cover liquor. And what the hell she need liquor for if she's fucking pregnant? No one want to talk about that? Nobody. So we just missing all that, right? Just ignore all that. She was pregnant. Give a fuck. Did the boyfriend ever come through? Because we know it was no husband, allegedly. I wonder if the boyfriend ever came through and said something. Anybody ever hear anything about that, Bueller? All right, my bad.
Take emotion out of it. They don't give a fuck. They talking to a human, which is sick to me. But let's do that. Let's take the emotion out. Let's look at the facts. She didn't steal anything. Fact number one. An employee came out the store. Okay, an employee is one human. The woman is another. Why is one word being taken up?
This is what I love about TikTok. These people that are never there, they the details all the time. They always know everything, and 10,000 miles away from wherever the shit happens. That's a hood for you. Wrong.
Another word. Oh, I know, because one was white and one is black.
And I don't understand why we want to have this conglomerate of people believing that if you refuse to talk about what actually happened, it's somehow an affront to how you walk amongst the world. But I promise you, no one's going to kill you for...
Sorry, Leon. You know what you just reminded me of, Mama Love? The fact that the granny she lived with, even though there was a restraining order because she was terrorizing the granny, allegedly, if I remember correctly. And then the granny was watching the rest of her bastards because she wasn't married. And then all of a sudden, after this happened, granny was like, my baby. It wouldn't have been me.
Stating the obvious or stating a fact in an ongoing story. A story could change with further information that's truthful. That is correct. But when we have information anybody could see, it starts to create the conversation of what is fact and what is fiction. And with the fiction of Takaya Young, it was people claiming that she never stole anything from the store, or she did, but it was still in the store, or she didn't really do anything warranting a cop to even be speaking to her in the first place, or it was she wasn't even moving the car, or the officer wasn't even in position to be hit by said car.
The body cam footage of the murder of Takaya Young was released at 10 a.m. today, September 1st, 2023. And I just watched it. I'm not going to...
Josh, is this the same white woman that didn't vote with y'all for Cam Cam? Is this one of the women that said, yeah, Cam, and went and voted with their husbands or their male counterparts? Bueller. But yeah, they be out here talking on TikTok and then banana tailpipe y'all as per usual. Raheem, I appreciate you, boo. He said, I've been working on a theory, hood people who do wrong love to you. Child, what? I've been working on a theory, hood people who do wrong love to use emotional manipulation to get out of her actions and get sympathy. I'm over it. I'm assuming you mean, in this case, Takaya or the rest of these biatches. Child, there's always a bunch of biatches running off at the mouth. Always. But this is probably that liberal white woman, clearly. And I'm sure she didn't vote for Cam Cam. Allegedly.
Be sharing the video on my platform because, quite frankly, I don't feel comfortable showing a video of a black woman being murdered. The body cam footage that I watched lasted about 50 seconds. That's about how long it took for them to take Takaya Young's life and her unborn daughter. After accusing her of stealing,
Child, how long do it take to take somebody on up out of here? I'm just saying, like, is it supposed to take hours? That seems to me like there's no suffering. I'm not trying to be rude, but what I'm not going to do is sit up here and muster up some empathy and sympathy just because she was pregnant. If you're not doing anything wrong, more times than not, you should be fine. If you just go in and pay for shit, you should be fine. But too many people think that they should just have shit just because of who they are. And y'all ain't no motherfucking body. And people is tired of this shit.
No, they had absolutely no proof except for a worker that had worked at the Kroger.
Not only do racist white people believe the lies told by police, racist white people will then take those lies and spread them everywhere to try to push this false narrative about what takes place when officers murder black people. Takaya Young never tried to run anyone over. The body cam footage clearly shows her driving around the officer, trying to get away from the psychopaths that drew their guns out on her because supposedly she was shoplifting, but they didn't find any shoplifted items in her vehicle. So miss me with this bullshit propaganda and take your comments somewhere else.
All these manners of defense and excuses to try to speak truth to power as to how this officer acted in an overbearing manner and unjustifiably killed the woman. Well, shock of all shocks to anyone who wasn't paying attention 2 years ago. That man was acquitted of all the charges that could have put him in jail for a long time. And obviously, the reaction is about what you'd expect.
In what world does it make sense to take somebody?
Wait, that was November the 21st and wasn't nobody talking about it? Y'all wasn't talking about this? Y'all didn't tell me. Officer acquitted in death of Takaya Young, a pregnant black mother accused of shoplifting. You mean seen on video shoplifting? I think y'all got that title wrong. Ohio officer who shot and deleted a pregnant mother in a supermarket parking lot after she was accused of shoplifting has been acquitted of all charges. Oh, well, there you go.
That could have put him in jail for a long time. And obviously, the reaction is about what you'd expect.
In what world does it make sense to take somebody's life because they're accused of shoplifting? That's what happened in Ohio, August 24, 2023. Takaya Young was at a grocery store, and she was accused of shoplifting. 2 officers got involved. One of them jumped in front of her car when she was trying to get out of the parking lot, and she tried her wheel and slowly started rolling forward. It seems like she might have been trying to get around him, and he fired 1 bullet into the front windshield, killing her and her unborn child. She was about 25 weeks pregnant. Just for her being accused of shoplifting.
What was that, baby number 3? Baby number 3, if I'm not mistaken, possibly number 4. I'm sure things was going well over there. I know it's white supremacy. I know. Prince, thank you, boo. He said, now we care about unborn. Ain't that interesting? Now all of a sudden, the leaders in ABs are concerned about an AB. It's not right. It's not. Oh, it's not right in the case of the white man, but it's right when it's you doing it on your own. You can't tell women what to do. Oh, remember, and who was president when Roe v. Wade went away? Bueller. Who was president when Roe v. Wade went away? And they blamed Donald Trump for that too. Child. When that man ain't president no more, I wonder who the hell they gonna blame after that.
Is no longer here, and the officer who did it, Connor Grubb, gets to walk free because today he got acquitted of any wrongdoing.
But I need you all to understand something. When we were talking about this 2 years ago, it was interesting seeing the spin. It was interesting seeing people try their best to pretend like this woman was just walking out of the store and all of a sudden a bunch of cops surrounded her because they wanted to fixate on their fetish of getting rid of a black person. Because, black fatigue was something to think about even in 2023. But in reality, we saw what was needed to be seen via security camera footage and body camera footage, which proves the woman did steal liquor, and the woman was trying to flee the scene, and as she was doing so, a cop was in front of her car, not on the side, in front of her car, which made it seem like, in their minds, she's not only trying to flee the scene, but run over an officer, which is going to cause them to react a little bit quicker. Do I believe it should have been a gun? No. I even said it was justified, but it could have been avoided, because we reached this point of talking about what cops need to be doing in certain moments, and everybody wants to talk about the heat of the moment and how the cops got to protect themselves in the ongoing community, because you got a bunch of people in a public area like a grocery store. You got to factor in all these things, which is important. I will still hold the opinion that, little shock of a taser could have been way better than a bullet to the side, the head, chest, any of these manners of affection, because I deem it not really necessary in that moment. Yes, they're trying to flee the scene, and I understand that, but you mean to tell me you can't quick one tap with that electrical device and have them and shove off to the side, get them out the car, put them in handcuffs, question them?
I believe she was already in the car. I don't know none of it on what a police person is supposed to do in this particular case, but people act like that man knew her personally, knew all these details, knew all the situation, and all these people talking don't know shit because they wasn't there. They just want to find another reason to defend a criminal because she's a criminal. Remember Jasmine Crockett said, you're not a criminal unless you feel like you're a criminal? No, if you're taking something that doesn't belong to you, you are a criminal. That's it. That's all. If you budget with the money that you get, then you should be able to buy whatever it is that you need. And if you can't, then you're going to have to wait until you get more money. You don't just go and take shit. But y'all try to justify that shit and just say it's not a big deal until it happens to your punk asses. Just look how y'all acted when Donald Trump stopped them damn food stamp benefits that ain't technically yours at the end of the daggone day. Then you told us we couldn't say shit, even though we the ones were, and pay them fucking taxes, whether we in your state or not. Shout out to Tierney. It don't matter. It don't matter. So y'all can say whatever you want. You see this hypocrisy where y'all think y'all can say whatever you want and then the rest of us can't say anything, so you can have an opinion and we have to agree with you. We can't have an opinion. We can't have an opinion different than yours. Then you mad and you want to call us names. Fuck y'all, okay? Fuck y'all. Because you run nothing. You are not in charge of shit except for yourself, and y'all can't even handle that. Yes, I'm going there again. I'm tired of this stupid ass narrative that just because somebody disagrees with you, that there's something wrong with them. You're a Trump supporter. If I fucking was, then if I fucking am a Trump supporter, then I'm a Trump supporter. What difference does it make to you? It has no bearing on your life whatsoever. If I was a Joe Biden supporter, then I'm a Joe Biden supporter. What the fuck difference does it make to you? I am a grown-ass adult that can make my own grown-ass decisions, and if you don't like it, go the fuck on. I don't know why some of y'all think that you're going to get somebody on your side acting like this. I don't know why y'all think that every person is an idiot like y'all and think that we're ever going to say, yes, criminal, do whatever you want to us. We just work every day. We work very hard. We care for our people. We follow the fucking law, but you should be able to come in and take whatever the fuck you want. You're fucking idiots. And people is tired of it. And that's why Donald Trump is fucking president. Y'all did this shit. You fucking liberal, Democrat, dumbass motherfuckers that don't use this thing between your fucking ears, y'all did this. This is y'all's fault. Because you think you control somebody. Because you think that everybody should have the same thoughts. If you want someone to take care of you, you go have that government take care of you. Fuck that government. I don't want them to take care of me. Because I want to do what the fuck I want to do. And y'all know damn well y'all ain't going to follow no fucking rules when they tell you what to do. Y'all already wilding out because you got to reapply for fucking benefits for fucking food stamps. Buy your own fucking food. You ain't got to worry about it. Everybody can't make money. Get a fucking job. Stop having a bunch of fucking kids that you can't afford. How about that? Start there. Start there. Teach your kids something so they don't end up in your stupid ass situation instead of thinking or saying that them fucking kids in Chicago. I feel like that story has gone mute, y'all. I really feel like that story has gone mute. Y'all ain't out there protesting for that lady. Y'all ain't, so somebody gotta die in order for y'all to protest? So someone has to die in order for y'all to protest? Y'all should be over there front and fucking center to help that daggone woman. Where y'all at? Silence. If y'all don't see it, not y'all. If y'all don't see it, you're a part of the fucking problem and you are the reason why Donald Trump is president. So congratulations, you played yourself. Yet again. Shout out to Ruin Leon, but we moving on. We got.
That's the kind of stuff you watch from a distance.